Welcome back to the deep dive. So, we've gotten a lot of sources about these online jewelry retailers, the ones that really lean into sentiment. And today, our mission is to sort of cut through the emotion and get to the transparency. We're using Luxus Love Jewelry as a case study to figure out, how do you shop with your heart without completely abandoning your wallet?
That tension is, well, it's everything, isn't it? We're basically framing this as a review of, let's say, marketing-driven claims versus what you actually get. So for you listening, we're outlining what to look for when you're vetting a store that sells an experience first and, a product second.
Okay, let's unpack that. The notes we have, they start right where you'd expect.
Yeah.
This heavy emotional appeal. They're targeting milestones, anniversaries, big romantic occasions. And the presentation is just everything. The jewelry comes with these heartfelt message cards, all in a really elegant gift box. The whole thing's just designed to be a frictionless, emotional purchase.
And financially, that's brilliant for them. But we have to look at the foundation. A consistent business usually signals professionalism across the board. And the sources did note that the website is professionally built, navigation is smooth. Crucially, all the administrative sections, FAQs, contact details, the About Us page, they're all easy to find. In this category, that kind of operational transparency is the first good sign. It suggests a standard business practice.
And that professionalism seems to track with their financial side, too. The pricing is highlighted as being pretty reasonable for this kind of gift category. The prices aren't, that too good to be true zone, which is always a key thing to watch for. That consistency really signals a retailer that understands its market rather than one just trying to make a quick buck.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting, because we have to define the product. The source material makes this critical distinction between the word elegant and the word luxurious. For you, as a shopper, you have to align your expectations. You are paying primarily for the presentation and the sentiment. The category is often called fashion jewelry or even costume jewelry.
Okay, but what does that actually mean for the material value? If I'm buying something elegant, but it's not luxurious, what am I actually getting?
That's a great question. Luxurious would typically mean, high carat gold, platinum, certified natural gemstones. Elegant, in the sentimental gift world, means the materials are geared toward how it looks, the aesthetic appeal, not necessarily longevity or resale value. So we're likely talking about gold or silver plating over a base metal like brass. And the stones are probably something like cubic zirconia or crystal. The value is in the immediate visual pop. And if a shopper prioritizes that presentation over fine materials, then, the product meets the expectation for that specific niche.
So it's all about consumer alignment. If you know you're buying a beautifully packaged fashion item, you're all set. But moving to due diligence, the source pointed out that independent reviews, outside of the company's own website, they aren't extremely widespread.
Does it?
Yeah, that concerns me a bit.
It should make you cautious. I mean, a lack of widespread reviews doesn't prove there's a problem, but it does mean the burden of verification shifts almost entirely onto the company's own transparency, their stated policies, their return process. It's just harder to verify a consistent customer experience from the outside.
Right, and that makes the transaction security even more important. On that front, the checkout process is secure. They support common payment methods like major credit cards, digital wallets, and those usually offer some pretty robust built-in buyer protection. That's really your key safety net when you're relying so much on the seller's own claims.
Precisely. And we have to be absolutely clear here. This is all educational commentary. We're looking at retail practices and consumer due diligence. This is not specific purchasing instruction.
So what does this all mean when you put it together, based on its professional structure, its clear policies, and what looks like reasonable pricing? This type of operation meets the standard expectations for a retailer in that sentimental gift category. The success of the purchase really comes down to the consumer prioritizing that emotional value and the presentation over, say, high material quality.
And if we zoom out, that raises a really important question for you to think about. When you're looking at any online purchase, really, how much of the value you perceive is transactional, the material, the quality, how long it will last, versus how much of it is driven by the marketing, the unboxing experience, the emotional story, the messaging? Where does a wise shopper draw that line for themselves? Our recommendation is, if you decide to explore this category, maybe start small. And always, always use payment options that have robust buyer protection built right in.